Welcome back to V-Roll. Today is Sunday, where we look at our Sunday slip things slipping in price on the Pokemon market, whether it's single cards or sealed product. We're looking at all things going down. But one thing we're looking for to go up, and that is going to be the subscription count on V-Roll. I'm giving away an ETB to one lucky subscriber on our way to 5,000 subscribers overall. I'm also giving away 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. It's very simple. You need to be a part of the channel. It's not hard to do. It's all the same stuff on all these channels, especially on giveaways and climbing and growing and all that stuff. It's not the whole thing, but I want to get the channel out there and share it and get the growth. So be a part of the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win. You got to take that one extra step. Go over to this video here, and that's where you're going to leave an additional comment so you're officially entered for that 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I just fumbled over my words, but that's okay. I'm going to be talking a lot, and it's going to happen once in a while. Let's dive in. We're looking at Prismatic Evolutions here. The Umbreon EX. Coming down in price a little bit. The graph is kind of all over the place here. We have 4 sales in the $1,600 range, and then another 4 getting close to that 16, but coming under in that $1,596. And then we have $1,589, another 3 sales. We have 1 sale pushing us. Where is it at here? $1,518, and it shows 0 sales, and it shot back up to $1,588, but 0 sales on it. So it's volatile. It is volatile. Let's say that much. There's a little bit of a downslope here. Very few sales taking place on this card. You're spending that kind of capital on your investments. Oh my gosh, you got to be very careful about what you're picking up. One, you don't want to get a fake. Those are going to be common to see now. We've seen it with the Moonbreon from Evolving Skies. We're probably going to see it from this version here out of Prismatic Evolutions. The Near Mint Hollow says 1570 here, and I know I've been seeing it at 1600 for a while. So yeah, anything under 1600 is feeling like it's going down a little bit. Maybe this one's not as dramatic of a shift. We have the Sylveon EX. This one's come down quite a bit here from the FOMO days of, 3 weeks ago. The FOMO days in that crazy price of $738. Nothing selling in that range, but $700. A couple of them sold. And then it came down to that $600. Now we're sitting around about $500, $520, somewhere in there for the Sylveon EX. Going into the Leafeon EX, sticking with Prismatic Evolutions, we don't have a lot more here, just a handful more, and I want to get in some sealed product because there is some hopeful news there. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's hopeful. Leafeon EX coming in at, where are we at right now? 370 on this one. Yeah, you have the Japanese cards mixing in here. TCG player, do us all a favor. You've already separated Japanese and English into 2 categories on the site. Now filter it out for the purchases there, because I think there's enough understanding that you can go get specifically Japanese cards on this marketplace. But maybe it's to entice people, hey, instead of spending $370 on Leafeon, you can get it for $85, as long as you don't mind the language on there, which I'm telling you, a lot more people are open to these days. So maybe that's their motivation, to give people an option, and then they still make their little cut off of whatever's being sold. Umbreon Master Ball. Now, this one for a while was the chase card in Terrestrial Festival. It then fell to second place under the Umbreon EX. And I'm actually surprised to see this one as far down on the list as it is. Still expensive, still pricing a lot of people out. But it's not a $500 card like it was in Terrestrial Festival. I don't know if that's still the case. 270, somewhere in there. And it's come down from being what was a $500, $600 card once upon a time in the early days of this set. Again, only 3 weeks ago. But it's promising to see some of this stuff slipping down over time here. Market says 308. This is probably going to be skewed on some other stuff here. I don't know. 260. Looks like it. 270. Lightly played will bring it down a little bit here. So the market value seems to be lagging behind the listings here in the fact that it says 308 when we see listings at 270. The regular ETB, Prismatic Evolutions ETB, there are soccer, or depending on where you're in the world, football players who are giving up their jerseys to get these ETBs. I mean, this is a real thing. So it's interesting how we get the first wave, it sells out. Everybody expected it because it was sold out on any pre-sales online. Then we get that second release, and I don't know if anybody found restocks of the first wave products, the binder collection, the poster collection, the 3-pack blisters, the ETB, because that wasn't the focus. The surprise box was the focus. The mini tins were the focus. Blooming Waters was hitting the stores, so that was the focus. I don't know if this was part of the next wave of products, or if we're still on that hook waiting for Pokemon to deliver on that promise of, we're going to take care of it. We're going to print like you haven't seen before. If they do the UPC like they did for 151 and the Charizard UPC, if they do that for Prismatic and just flood the market to the point where they're $90 a box, $80 a box out of Costco, easy to pick up, not hard to find anywhere. They sit on the shelves and people pass by because there was a lot of other great stuff at the time. So if you got it on the first wave, you were fine. There was plenty to go around. If they do that, that would be a little redemption on Prismatic. Where, yes, it would have been nice that we could all have a chance at all the different products, but if they can master a couple of them, like the UPC, I think that would redeem them quite a bit. We're looking at just over $100 here, $113, $115 with the shipping there. Is that right? Looks like the market is saying pretty close, $111, $112, somewhere in there. And yeah, I forgot. A bunch of people just list the packaging and garbage, which is going to bring that price down. So we're going to have to trust it at about 110, 111, something like that. Down a little bit from that 125 that we were seeing a little while ago, or the crazy prices of almost 200 at the early onset of the release of this whole setup here, this whole collection of Prismatic Evolutions. The binder collection coming down 60 plus 10 on shipping. Okay, $70. Ooh. Okay, I know the binders are cool, but it's 5-packs, folks. It's 5-packs. It's 5-packs. That's it. I know. If you want the binder, that's fine. I've been seeing the binder selling on the secondary market for $20, which is more than you'd have to pay for just a binder of this caliber regularly anyway. So, okay, fine, if you want that little added bonus there. But take out the $20 on the, $70 price tag here, and you're saying $50 for the 10 packs. That's right on market price. It is. They're about $10, $11 a pack right now. So, I mean, I get it, but, oh, man, it's a hard pill to swallow just for this and committing to the binder as well. And, yeah, you're seeing the binder here, $15, $20, $20. Yeah, a bunch of people are just offloading the binder here, which is going to skew things. And, really, that $70 price tag is the lowest that we're seeing. So you're committing to that market price binder price, the market value, I guess, of the binder price, and the 5-packs as a per-pack price. So everything just kind of breaks down to that per pack, which do not buy single packs. Just don't do it. They're easily weighable. I mean, I would imagine that a God pack or a demigod pack would weigh so much heavier that anybody who's opening this stuff to sell single packs, they would obviously weigh those out and pull them aside because they know they can open it and have much higher value pulls than any pack would be. So I think there's too much risk in these packs with the different types of cards in here. That Prismatic Evolutions is not a loose pack set you want to buy from. I mean, even from a trusted seller. The temptation's too great that I think it's really hurting that possibility. And to speak to that, just to go on a rant or down a rabbit hole or off in a tangent, to speak to that, why I would say don't even go with a trusted seller on single packs and the temptation being too high, because we already saw the pre-orders get canceled on so many trusted sellers so they could resell it at the higher market price. So they've over and over, many had given in to that temptation. So why would they slow down now on this particular set? Just my 2 cents. Last one we're looking at from Prismatic Evolutions, the poster collection. Again, you're going to be paying that market price, about $10, $11 a pack. It's $32.50 here for the setup. So you can kind of get to that point of just breaking down the pack price and then dividing that out into what the product is going to offer, and that's what the market price is saying. Every other listing is just the promos or just the poster. Luckily, the promos and the poster are not adding a lot of weight into this product, where the binder otherwise does, that kind of thing. Or the EV promo out of the ETB is going to add a little bit of weight. Moving on to Surging Sparks, the set just prior, we had some pretty easy time doing the pre-sales, and then prices went up, but there was still availability to pre-sale on those, and then it just sold out. It sold out. I don't think there's been a reprint yet, and I don't think there's been a lot of stock. The focus has been Prismatic Evolutions, so If this shows up, maybe. I have not found anything on recent sets, aside from maybe Shrouded Fable would be the most recent set I've seen in the wild since Shrouded Fable released. All right? That's a long time to not come across Surging Spark, Stellar Crown, or Prismatic Evolutions. I've never seen Prismatic Evolutions in the wild. Let me know down below in the comments what kind of stuff you're seeing in the wild, because either I live in an area where it's just way too popular and too few product, too many people, I don't know, or I'm just hitting the horribly wrong times every time. I mean, I've convinced myself that it's not worth going on the hunt, and then I find myself, I'll just pop into this store and take a look. Yeah, I'll pop into that store and take a look, and then I start making the rounds all of a sudden, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm hunting for a ghost at this point. That's what I'm doing. So let's share your thoughts and what you're encountering, because maybe I'm alone out there in this, or maybe I'm just hitting it at the wrong time. I don't even know the strategy of how to find these things anymore. So that's got to be my new challenge to figure out. We're looking at Surging Sparks here, the gold Pikachu. Believe it or not, this was the first card that I saw going down in price, which means anything above it was not coming down in price, and a lot of the SIRs are not coming down in price. They're stable at best. Some are going up a little bit, but they're stable for the most part. And this has been a nice, easy slope. Of course, it's competed with a couple other gold cards, gold Pikachu specifically. So that's what's kind of helped to bring it down a little bit in that 122 range. And then you move on to the Elite Trainer box, the exclusive Elite Trainer box from Pokemon Center. Yes, this price has come down recently, just recently here in the past couple of weeks. And that's because the focus has shifted. The focus has shifted, and that's why people are not going to be going and spending on it. So if people are going to pick it up, they're going to be waiting for an opportunity. Those who are willing to sell it are waiting a little bit longer than they'd like, so they have to bring down the price to entice people to purchase. We're a sub 150 on this at 146 on the ETB from Pokemon Center. You do have that Magneton artwork stamped with the Pokemon Center logo, which that is consistently still going for about $50, which means the ETB should be about 100. And when you look at it with the extra packs difference, the regular Surging Sparks ETB would kind of calculate out to be reasonable, given what the Pokemon Center exclusive one is priced at, and we're sitting at $84 on the regular ETB. This one, I wanted to go over this chart because it's just a tiny bit deeper analysis on what I would see as a trend of prices going down. Now, it looks a little jagged here. I'm only doing the 1 month time frame. It spiked up here, 2.5 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. $85, okay? And then we kind of sloped down and we peaked back up again to $83.18. Then we sloped back down and then we peaked up again to $83.02. I'm looking at those peaks as they fall. So the stuff in between is kind of irrelevant, but these benchmark peaks are the ones that I'm monitoring. 84.03, coming down to 83.18, coming down to 83.02. It's a slow decline. However, it may decline slowly enough to get us closer to technical MSRP, $50. It may get us closer to that sooner rather than later. And by the time a reprint does happen, it won't be so sought after. It'll be possible to actually pick up some of this product here. But right now, we're seeing right at that price range. 84 is the lowest listing on this particular product from Pokemon out of Surging Sparks. And that's going to do it for us on our Sunday slip. We have the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, giving away an ETB to one lucky subscriber, 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. Look in the description below. I have some information there on the giveaway just so you're better equipped to enter, as well as something new I'm doing where I want to kind of learn about your collection and recent pickups. And there's a little form you can fill out just to kind of share who you are and what you've picked up, so I can share your story on the channel, because I think that's part of the community, and just sharing and swapping stories. The journey is really a big part of it for a lot of us. I really like the stories that you could share. You don't have to go super detailed, or you can share a lot, whatever is up to you. I am definitely more of a long-winded storyteller, so mine can go on a while if I'm not careful. And with that, I could go on a while here if I'm not careful. I do post 7 days a week, so I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.